Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today we're going to be jumping into some Queen Charge Lalo attacks that we're doing in Legends, and let's go and break these down. Alright, so before we jump into some Queen Charge Lalo in Legends, the ESL Town Hall 12 Cup for $60,000. The round of 16 is about to begin, so if you're watching this the moment I'm uploading this, make sure you click my Twitch page down below, drop the follow, drop actually the notification, click that so you turn them on, and join my Discord so you know when it goes live. I will be tagging or even tweeting out so you guys can follow it at 10 a.m. Eastern in the morning is when the round of 16 is going underway. And the biggest matchup right here, we have WHF versus Tribe Gaming. We have a ton of other great matchups as well. You see One Hive versus Aphelion. We have 11 Original. Right here, we also have Orcs GP, Team Queso, Save Rush Wars, and I think NYU might have some players from Nova on it. Fear the Tribe has some Tribe Gaming players, but WHF and Tribe Gaming. The beautiful thing about this is if you win round 16 and you win the quarterfinals, you go to Poland. The final four, which is the semis, go out to Poland and compete for the $60,000. It's going to be wild. It's going to be just a few hours after, I think, just 2 hours after I upload this video right now. So keep your eye out for that. But anyways, we're going to jump into some Queen Charge Lalo attacks that we were doing out in Dreamhack Atlanta because we just got back from that. And One Hive won the Dreamhack Atlanta Season 3 ESL Mobile Open. So congratulations to One Hive. They won the best of 3, and it came down to a final Game 3 over Noble Nines. And a lot of you guys were wondering if Lando Gaming was part of Noble Nines, and yes, he was part of the Noble Nines. I was able to meet Lando Gaming out there, and he was definitely a great person, and meeting everybody on each team was awesome, and be able to see either again or meet for the first time. So definitely had so much fun out in Dreamhack Atlanta. But now, we're going to jump into some Queen Charge Lalo attacks that I was doing while I was out there. Alright, so here is the first attack that I'm coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo. And I actually come in with a lot of Queen Charge Lalo quad quakes lately. Practicing that is actually, it's pretty fun. I'm getting better and better with the Queen Charge Lalo. And once I have it down, should hopefully be able to teach it a lot more. But what am I going to try to do? Well, I'm going to try to charge the queen right into this quadruple expo section right here. Section there. I dropped the balloon to test for Seeking Air Mine. I do find one. I use a wizard to help maybe try to keep the funnel for the queen to go this way. And I'm waiting to see where I want to drop this earthquake here, the quad quakes. I want to try to get the queen to go right, but let's see. Is she going to go that way? I don't know here. She's going to reach over the wall. She's going to grab the archer tower, but she might come back around right for this wizard tower, and she does right there. She goes back for a round, so I was being a little patient to see if she actually ended up walking this way. Then I'll drop the quakes over here to charge the queen in. But since I knew that the queen was coming in, I dropped a few more balloons in here to test for some SAMs leading in here. And usually, if you find air defenses, there's usually always a Seeking Air Mine near there. Out comes a lava balloon archers, which is really nice to slow the queen down. I had a burner ability, unfortunately, and I dropped this poison. So now I'm charging in. I'm getting a ton of value. The eagle artillery goes down. I'm going to hopefully try to take out all the expos, and then this queen is over here as well. So where is the sweeper after all this? The sweeper, the last one is remaining over here, so where you want to fly is this way. Now what do you drop? Do you drop the stone slammer, or do you drop the lava hound? Well, you can see I dropped the slammer. Why did I drop the slammer? Because there's no air defense in this section. The air defense is up there. So I'm going to freeze the enemy queen. I already popped ability, so that's the only way I can stay alive. So I dropped the slammer in this area because the pathing is flying my way around this way. I see that the queen can take out this town hall here, which means I'm probably also going to have to drop another freeze because I don't think the queen's going to be able to make it through it without her ability. So I dropped the freeze on the town hall and also the sweeper right there. And now the warden and the balloons are coming in this way, and that's where the lava hounds come. So if I were to drop that lava hound in the very beginning, and it would have passed over the multi-target inferno, flew all the way to air defense, and popped, and it would not have been able to tank for the loons. And that's why the stone slammer, you want to drop it where the air defenses are not. That's kind of the best location. It does act as a tank, so you could drop some balloons near it, but you don't want to drop balloons near it if you're going into a multi-target inferno. If you're going into like archer tower, wizard tower, Teslas, then it's very ideal to drop some balloons near the stone slammer. But as long as you don't, if it's a wizard tower, don't drop the balloons kind of like in that exact same spot, because then the splash will hit them. But so you saw that the queen took out this whole core here, and then we Lalo'd around the base like that, and the stone slammer got a ton of value, the lava hounds got a ton of value, and we just moved around the base just like that with the queen charge quad quake Lalo. Next up, we're going to try the quad quake queen charge Lalo again here, but where do we want to charge in? Do we want to charge in from the very bottom? Do we want to charge in from top? And usually when I zoom in like this, I'm counting the wall tiles to see, is there 10 wall tiles here to drop the earthquakes to open up the core. So I'm charging in from the top side, because why am I charging in from the top side? The enemy queen. I have to charge into this enemy queen here, and I also want to try to take out that eagle artillery. So I drop the earthquakes, I count 5 tiles, boom, I drop it, I open this up, and the rage, I don't think now the healers are raged up. Sometimes you think the shadow of the healers are in there, but sometimes they're not. So then I rage up the queen here, I get through all this, drop another rage because I'm going to get through these heroes right here. So I drop the 1 free spell because you want to try to save that queen ability here, and as far as late as possible. And in this instance, I didn't have to do it, so the freeze is definitely better to use. So now I'm charging in right through here, and I'm going to not only take out the queen, I'm going to charge right in through here and take out the eagle artillery, these sweepers, and quite a bit of defenses. I drop some balloons to help try to keep this queen alive here and not use that queen ability. So I tried to distract the archer tower. I tried to take that down, but I wasn't able to. So I pull out the lava hound baby dragon at the bottom. Queen takes out the eagle. I take out the sweeper, and now I'm going to fly around the base this way. You see these air defenses are kind of lined up like this. I know it can be a little bit risky when you're flying around, and it's just something you're going to have to do. But I'm flying my way through this way. Stone Slammer's coming like this, moving his way in. I could have technically dropped the Stone Slammer in this area. Now I'm thinking about it, because there was no air defenses in this area, right? But granted, yes, that AD goes down, which is going to cause this lava hound to reroute. But I mean, either way, I was able to still overwhelm the base here to take that section down. The queen is actually still up on this top side here, cleaning all that up. And I have the balloons coming in on the bottom side. There's a ton of balloons here. There is the multi, there is the air defense, and then there are these back end archer towers, a wizard tower, and AD back there. I dropped some minions here to try to distract some of the shots from the air defense to protect these loons. And then the queen comes all the way back around to help take down those buildings right there. And you can see the queen got a ton of value through that charge, and then we could Lalo right around the base just like that, and kind of finish up and get that triple with the queen charge Lalo. It's something that I'm really starting to feel that I'm really starting to get down, and I'm doing way better with it. And it's just going to be able to add to my attacking ability. And once I really get it down, like I said before, I'll be able to help teach you guys even more of small things that make or break these attacks. Next up is the Queen Charge Lalo Quad Quake. That's what this video is about, and we're coming in with all of those attacks here today. So, what am I thinking about in this? Well, I'm thinking about the enemy queen. All right, I want to try to charge into her, but it's very difficult. I can't charge into her because of the single target infernos near her. So it's like, well, Carbon, what do you do now, right? You can't charge in. You're going to have to try to freeze it. Queen ability. There's the clan castle. If it's the lava hound, you're in trouble because you're not going to be able to make it through. It's a nightmare trying to charge into a single. So at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to attack it, trying to at least get the 2, right? You just want to make sure you lock up the 2, and sometimes you can result in a 3 if you keep that queen alive here. And let's see what I do. So I want to drop the king here, and I think did I want him to loop up? I think I actually wanted the king to go down and around, but I actually dropped him off, and he ended up looping up and around the base this way. So that was an accident on my part right there. I think I wanted the queen to actually go down. Now I want to drop the queen to have her loop down. But I dropped the earthquakes anyways, and the beautiful thing is, look, it opened up this wall. I counted the tiles, and it actually opened up access to this town hall because of this small inferno compartment section right here. So I dropped the balloon to test for Sam. I don't pull one, but now the queen is charging into this section here. She's going to move her way down. I drop a rage. I drop a balloon angled here to take out this double archer tower right now, because that's going to help. I pull a Sam, which kind of hurt like that. So the balloons come in, they take it down one shot under the rage. The next balloon comes in, and flies all the way like this, pulls some minions, but it's not really going to do much here. Pulls out the witch CC, but this is what I do. I drop the poison, and then I freeze, right? I freeze the witches and the multi, because the multi was killing my healers, and then I froze the witches because then they can't spawn any more skellies, and then they pretty much die really fast. So I kind of got double the value of a multi and a witch in that freeze right there. So it was perfect. So now the Grand Warden is flying in here with the Lava Hound, and you drop the Slammer where there's no air defense. And then you got to keep your eye on the Queen, right? Then the Queen, I burn her ability to take out the Town Hall, and then the Queen is also now having to get through another witch and the enemy Queen. So then I drop another freeze on that Queen right there, and I still have my next Hound. It's flying in. I'm trying to take care of it. I do take that enemy Queen down right there. So like there's a lot of things going on. You have to kind of keep your eyes out, and this Queen coming around and now working on the bottom Tesla, now going to make her way over to this air defense. Now the Grand Warden's coming down, right? Now I'm thinking, all right, when's the best time to pop this Grand Warden ability? I see that the Grand Warden circle just clips the Queen, so I can like pop the ability, also protect the Queen through some of these next back end defenses and the King, and she's not going to survive totally here, but then the Grand Warden ability helped take out that Grand Warden platform, which got a ton of value, and was able to then move through the rest of these buildings right here. I didn't expect to get that much value from my Queen charge, to be honest, but it ended up working out. I can see the value from the charge right into there, freezing the CC, obviously freezing the Queen, and getting all that. That was a ton of value by doing it that way, but something that I'm still practicing. Ended up getting it working out on this raid right now, but I definitely think Queen charge Lalo was like, if not one of the strongest attacks in the game. All right, next up, what are we going to do on this base? Well, we do have a single target Inferno in the middle of the base here. We have the Queen, we have the Eagle, and what you're going to want to do, you want to try to charge into getting the enemy Queen. That's an absolute priority. You got to get that Queen, and then you want to try to also get that Eagle here. So what do? Well, I drop the King. I know that the King, if I drop him here with the spacing of the buildings, he's going to go like this, 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 and this way. So I want the King to clear all of this, right? So I know by that formation of the buildings that he will go this way. So I pop his ability perfectly. He clears all that. Now I drop the Queen here, and I try not to drop healers until as late as possible, right? Because then if the balloon accidentally pulls a SAM like at the absolute last second, and it could go over to my healers, like fly across the map. But look at this. The earthquakes come down and open up this whole core right here. I drop the freeze on the enemy Queen and the Expo. That's a ton of value right there. And I'm going to take out that Queen, drop another wizard. Over here, I was thinking, oh, the Queen actually might go the wrong way and might go over there. But I'm like, all right, the Queen's going to be able to work her way into the Eagle Artillery. But now she's going to have to get through this Lava Hound, and baby, there's nothing hitting her other than 2 splash damage defenses, a multi, and a mortar right there. So I'm going to be able to get through this Lava Hound pretty easily here. Drop the poison, and I drop some minions over here, and they're going to come in. I tried to pick off some of these edge pups right here. Obviously, that minion didn't do anything, and this one really nothing too much right there. But the Queen's walking down, pop another rage, and I have to drop a freeze on that single target Inferno. And at this point, I have to go, because that single target Inferno is going to lock onto my Queen eventually, and I'm going to have to start the Lalo, or either that, but also I realize that, you know what? The problem is, I'm not going to make it through the single target Inferno, because the Queen's going to die once it locks onto her after her ability. So the Queen took out all of this right here, so I'm going to have to probably pop her ability, get as much value as possible, and now she's stuck on a wall. She won't be able to get anything else here. So I drop some balloons coming in this way, and then here comes the Stone Slammer. We're going to be moving our way across the base just like this. We're going to have the Grand Warden. We also have 2 Lava Hounds to drop. We haven't dropped the first one. Now we finally do. It's going to fly across the Town Hall to the core air defense right here. We drop a haste. We drop the next town leading down here. Pulls quite a bit of those red air bombs. Some more balloons coming in. We're going to pop this Grand Warden Eternal Tome. We're getting spun around here. But look at this. The Queen actually gets healed back up to full health. The Town Hall is about to go down with some of these balloons. Another haste. That Stone Slammer is actually still up here. But that Eagle Artillery I thought was actually going to go down from my Queen charging in. But nonetheless, it stays up, but the balloons are still going to be able to come in. I drop another balloon up on this cannon here, and we're able to work our way up. We only have about 30 seconds left. The Eagle Artillery ring, when the last defense is left on the board, can be a huge pain, but it does go down, and the Queen actually stays alive the whole raid. We got about 16 seconds left. They're going to have to work on the enemy King here. Some minions are down. Now they're over on the elixir storage, which is going to be the final building right here. If they're going to have enough time, we got 5 seconds, 4, 3, and we finally get for the 3-star and get the next triple right there. Next up is a ring base, the dreaded ring base, and I feel Queen Charge Quad Quake Lalo works really, really well on this base. It absolutely destroys. So what do? I drop the queen over here. Why on the left side? Well, because the enemy queen is over here. That is who I'm going for. That's my objective. And then everything else is a bonus. I want to keep that queen walking around the ring here. Now I'm going to react. Where's the queen going to go? It's looking like she's going to walk up this way. And no, she comes back around. So that's why I don't drop the earthquakes too early. I make sure I find out which way the queen's going to go. And then I drop the earthquakes to get the queen to charge in here. I do make a mistake by not freezing the Archer Tower and Expo here, because the queen was under too much fire. I had a pop ability. Otherwise, I would have lost my queen on the next shot. Popped her ability. I should have frozen and saved the ability there. But now my queen's coming around. I drop another balloon trying to see if I can pull a Seeking Air Mine from this angle here. Usually there is one next to an air defense, but I believe there was one right actually there as I passed that area. So I drop another balloon thinking that there's going to be another Seeking Air Mine over here. And let's see if we do end up finding one. But the queen is going to get so much value. She's actually going to charge all the way around this way. I drop a balloon to pull out the clan castle, and it turns out to be a baby dragon and a witch, and there was another Seeking Air Mine, so I'm losing healers pretty quickly. I drop the rage to keep the queen alive. I drop the poison to help take out this clan castle, and now what do? I fly from the top side because of this sweeper. Since the sweeper is pointing down this way, I fly around the base just like this. So I drop the king to kind of tank this Archer Tower, clear some of the trash, drop the Lava Hound. Yes, there's a single target Inferno, which means once it locks onto your Lava Hound, it is going to take that Lava Hound out pretty quickly. But some of the balloons are coming in, moving my way around, and then I still have my Stone Slammer. Why do I still have this Stone Slammer down here? It's because I want to make sure that Stone Slammer can go for the Town Hall if the balloons do not go for the Town Hall. But I realize, okay, I set the funnel. Balloons are making their way through. I pop the Grand War Internal Tome. Town Hall is going to go down for my balloons, so I'm going to drop the Stone Slammer on the bottom side here on the Tesla field, and it is going to be moving through. And my queen is actually still alive, walking around the base, and the Eagle Artillery is actually still up, firing away. We don't have too many balloons left, but that single target, or not single target, but there's a multi, that Stone Slammer is still alive. We're going to drop the freeze. We're going to drop the haste with the queen alive. We're going to be able to fly our way around here. There was this air defense I saw. I dropped some minions to try to see if I could tank a couple of the shots to protect the balloons. But yes, granted, I'm going to lose all my balloons here, but I'm going to get the 3-star because that queen stays alive. And if I save that queen ability, I definitely would have had way better chance of 3-starring. But I still ended up getting that one right here on the ring base with the Queen Charge Quad Quake. And that's going to wrap up today's video with the Queen Charge Quad Quake. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And remember, if you're watching it like the moment I upload this video, WHF is going to be taking on Tribe Gaming. Wish us the best of luck. Hopefully it goes well. We don't know. Taking on, literally, it was the #1 seed in the World Championship. They did finish 4th, and that is still very, very impressive. So I cannot wait for that war at 10 a.m. Eastern. Keep your eye out for that, and we'll let you guys know the results of that in tomorrow's video. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe down below for the daily content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. CarbonFin signing out. Peace.